FreeMMOStation.com.
Hey guys, welcome to FreeMMOStation.com here, and we are back with the first look video. I am Sahitzo, and this is Panzer General Online. We are actually in a kind of special first look video because this is the closed beta for the game. We actually got a key, and we actually lucky enough to play this game for you guys and actually kind of go through the tutorial and see how the game works and kind of show you to see if you would like it or not. Like I said, unfortunately not everybody can play in a closed beta, but that's why we're here to show you everything we need to know about this game. So here you can already see that it is a browser game. So if you, like I said, if you're not fans of browser games, we said this before, you know, you should try some of them out, especially like this one will look great, especially when open beta opens. So you can see here there's a really nice elegant design here. It's actually really nice for most games, especially in a beta, because in a beta you actually notice that sometimes there's a lot of problems or just a lot of things that are out of place, especially when you click on something. But I'm going to kind of just go through this a little bit and then go straight into the tutorial, so because I know you guys want to see the gameplay most. So here is of course the little chat on the side. Like I said, just basic chat, you know, people already talking and other things, and a few options in the chat. So you can see, like I said, it is a very clean finish. Surprisingly, not every game has this nice clean finish, or it has like too much things on the screen, which can get really annoying. So we are in the news section here, and we'll get into the play in a few seconds. So you can actually see first, going down the list here on the top and the bottom, this is the shop. Of course, like most MMOs, actually almost basically all free MMOs, you have your two basic currencies in the game. So you can see here we have the two little metal actually part here, and it looks like the in-game money and of course my level, and it actually has its in categories and things. And you can see with certain amount of medals, which is usually like your regular amount of money, like the basic amount of money, you can trade them in for the bigger, I'm guessing, piles of money, and for the supplies, and for these, which I'll actually get to you in a second also, and a prestige. I have no idea what it is yet, but I'll tell you later if I ever find out. So here now, if you go to the top, you can see you actually have your money up there. And the best part about this also is that if you click on it, it actually, besides the part that you can go to the shop for these two different money sources, of course you have your leveling here. It's kind of basic for the experience part. You can see the level, and then it tells you how much XP you have and how much XP you need. And like I said, it has your little thing that but these are like unlockables. Most of them are level 6. Like for instance, you'll probably see when we go to the play section that multiplayer is going to be in level 6 or 8, I believe, when it starts. And here you can see these are the trading tickets, and the best part is that, like I said, it gives you like a little description and everything else about what this exactly is. So if you're someone who, especially in most MMOs where they kind of pile all the information and you don't really know what everything is, and you know, you kind of feel limited or have a disadvantage in the game, this is actually kind of perfect for what I've noticed so far. This is supply, which is actually for single player. So if you're here in the MMO for just single player, then this is going to be something you probably want to know about. This is supplies, and you can see every battle costs as much supply as the army you selected needs. So you can see here that, like I said, this is a very vital part of this game, especially from people that I've heard on the side. And then the last thing that I want to say, and it's actually probably the one thing that it kind of does not, it should be acknowledged, obviously this is a closed beta, is, okay, you have the music obviously that you can change in the meter, but the sound, like the in-game sound, it only can be turned on and off. So you'd have to actually turn down or turn up your volume in order to adjust that instead of on a meter. And then of course the game is only supported, like most games in a beta, in 2 different languages. So if you do not know English or Dutch, I'm pretty sure that's Dutch, or Dutch, excuse me, I think that's German, then you might want to know those languages. If not, then you know, you can just try to play the game without knowing what the language is. So we're gonna actually get straight into the play screen here. You can see it's kind of like a nice design here. He said it's so basic, but at the same time it really catches the eye. It's not this very complicated thing. So you can see here level 6 was the multiplayer, and here is my actual guy. When you first start up the beta, and I'm sure this will be in regular game too, you create like a little character. There's a few little customization options in it. You just basically pick your name and kind of change the hat, the mouth, the nose, eyes, and what the character is wearing. So you can see here there's going to be apparently like a headquarters and a deck builder. So this game of course has to have a deck of some sort, and then there's alliances. So this game already, if you really like anything including war or anything, this is really good, probably be a nice game for you. So let's get straight into the actual field exercise. So you can see here there's actually a bunch of different boot camps, and I'm sure when you actually since you're already level 1, after you do this bootcamp part, you will actually be able to level up, I'm guessing, fast to do these 2, and then from those 2, after you complete them, you do the rest of them. So I'm probably going to play through 2 of them. Like I said, it kind of introduces you into different topics, which is pretty cool. So you can see it's basically like a strategy game, which is actually pretty cool. So you can see here we have the basic. It tells you a little bit about the game and everything and how to work it. So you can see here, it kind of gives you, it's basically giving you a description about the game. So you can see Panzer General Online is a deep turn-based strategy game that gives you the opportunity to develop and execute your very own strategies. So he said this game is based upon your mind, but now we can see actually how that works to your actual bidding. So you can see here, it's a pretty clean game for what we know. Obviously we have the basic browser game graphics, so if you're really into graphics, you know it's not always for you. So let's kind of get into this now. That is the enemy, I'm guessing that's our money. So I seem to be higher level than it in the game, unless that has to do with cards, but let's see now. So now you can see that this is where our cards are. So the game is kind of like a card game, strategy game, and this I'll actually explain to you in a little bit about that I already know about how the lines and tiles work in the game. And it's actually determined by areas. So you can see here everything's kind of separated by these little barriers and the line. So you can see here at the beginning of your turn, your hands cards are filled up with up to 4 command cards. You need those to perform any action on the battlefield, like ordering a unit. So you can see now these things on the side are not like a level. This is your command points. So I'm guessing this is the, like for instance, if you click on something, you see this is 1. So I'm guessing when you spend it, this will go down to 9. Just out of being obvious. So we're actually going to click it now. We're going to order a unit maneuver. So now you're going to see how it works. So we're going to actually engage the enemy here. So it looks like Americans versus, I'm guessing, the Nazi army. So you can see now that it actually, if you see this little HUD thing, I'm guessing it shows how much damage they do and then how much armor they do, or people that or like just how they died. So you see now this is like their little health bar, how many hits they take. So that since I'm guessing this is 1 attack point, so since I hit them, they lost 1. They have 4 units left, hit points as they call it. There you go. So see, I was right. So this unit can do 1 damage when attacking, and then it says this unit does not do any damage when attacking. I'm guessing it's just like a defending unit, like I said, because they have like a little machine gun there, a little Browning. So let's keep going with this. So now you can see now that this actually tells you how far they can move up. So I'm guessing when turns also, like I guess like it's kind of like you do everything you want for that turn, and then you're allowed to, you know, then it banks it to their turn, kind of like that. So yeah, you can see it. When your turn is over, the enemy turn starts. In this battle, the enemy is blocked from acting, so the game went straight into its advancement phase. So the game basically advances with turns. So you actually get new command cards from your deck, and you can see here this is how many cards you have left, and it actually tells you how many cards you've played. So I'm actually going to maneuver my unit again. So I'm actually going to attack the Browning. So this must be as an armor station. So you can see I'm actually taking damage of some sort. Whenever unit is attacked, it will automatically strike back against its attacker. So there will always be a counter attack, and then of course you'll receive damage if they supply damage to you. So that is actually, now that we know, this is the counter attack. So this unit wouldn't be able to counterattack, but this unit could counterattack at you. So that means that machine guns, like it says, can counterattack pretty good. So this is actually considered a battle line. So he said this game is different in lines, and this is a support line. So now you can see that the different types of troops are basically named differently by lines. So any forces, for instance, like these, would just show soldiers would be your battle line, and support lines will be like, I'm guessing, like machine gunners and things like that. Like I'm sure there'll be extra ones during the game or when it changes. Of course, like I said, we are in closed beta. So I'm guessing we're running away from the machine guns. So I guess you can now start a combined attack on this flank. The cause damage is the sum of both attack values of your attacking and your supporting unit. So you can see here now you can do like some type of combo here. As the operation card was picked, you are now able to activate 2 different units in the same turn. Already, active units are disabled. So you can see here now we move back, it's kind of disabled. So we're gonna click and actually attack the machine gun, but we should take some damage, of course, because they counterattack at us. So you can see now that both of them have attacked, but I believe they don't get hit. So you can see now we're advancing. So I'm guessing they're advancing because they have space in the front of them. So okay, so now since you can see now this is the line, now we can actually break through because there's nothing protecting us basically from getting through. And the whole point of the game now, as you can probably understand, is to probably make it to the end where these bunkers are, and then that's how you end up advancing. So he said it's a strategy game, but it's a card game at the same time. And nowadays, if you've noticed, a lot of the games that have been coming out are card games. For instance, I'll be actually bringing you a game that is a card game next in my next video, so stay tuned for that on FreeMMOStation.com or on our YouTube channel, as we, like I said, like to bring you all the games that you'd like. So we could actually order the unit again, and we're gonna actually go up to this bunker and attack it. So as you can see here, we actually moved up 2 spots, but I don't believe we're gonna survive. Maybe not. So I guess we can attack the bunker but go all the way back. So I find that pretty cool. So like I said, it kind of goes through everything in the game. I don't want to kind of do everything with you guys. I just want to give you like an overview of everything that it does. So you can see here, this unit will do 5 damage, and this unit can only do 1 damage. So I'm guessing with how many hit points that you take, or how much you get damaged, that's how much like damage you can do to them. So like I said, the game could get complicated if you just haven't played games like this before. But you can see here now, we're gonna actually switch. So I guess we can actually switch. See, so this is kind of weird now. So instead of having like that whole thing where, oh, you're getting blocked, you can actually switch across the whole thing, and then you can attack again with that same unit that you moved from the other side. So that's actually pretty cool how that works out. So you can see here the enemy general is actually losing points as I hit them, and we've actually gotten a victory. So that kind of sums up the actual ground points and the basic combat of this game. Now we're gonna finally go into the little tank destroyer, I believe, at the end. And if we couldn't, okay, so now you can see we got actually some supplies refilled, and I believe we leveled up. Yes, we leveled up, so that's pretty good for us. So that actually tells you a little bit about it when you level up. Like I said, this is a closed beta, and it's actually, like I said, everything's been running smoothly, nothing bad's been happening. I know this video is getting kind of long, but I really want to show you the tank part, because like I said, it is Panzer General, and if you know what a Panzer is, you should know that obviously this game is strictly dealing with tanks for most of the time, or any sort of vehicle. So we're gonna kind of show you how the tanks work. So you can see here now there's tanks coming at us, so they're gonna attack our, it seems, machine gunners. You can see here we're probably gonna get totally destroyed to the point. So you can see we got totally knocked out here. So now they're actually like doing like a little story to this. So now we have like a bazooka team. So now let's see, now we can obviously see that there's different types of teams, and with those different types of teams, here's everything that they can do as a unit. So like I said, it's pretty cool, and you can see how the supplies comes into play. So how you had that 150 maximum. So these actually take up 3 supply costs of this unit. So we're gonna actually use these to take out tanks, which is actually pretty cool. So now we get to select the command cards. We're actually gonna order someone to move. So we're gonna kind of move these up front so they can take out the tank. So you can actually confirm your action, which is good, because you know you don't want to move by mistake. So you see everybody's moving up from the side of our lines. So you can see we're actually playing by ourselves now, to the point it's just teaching us a little bit as we go on, so we can actually try to take out the tanks. And you can see they only have 1 hit point, because I'm guessing because they're just 1 tank. So we're gonna actually order our team to take out the tank, and then that should be basically it for the most part, because that's what we're trying to teaching it. So tanks have no counterattacks, and we took out the tank. So we're actually gonna select the unit now. I believe I'm gonna move up. I'm gonna see if the tank can actually hit fire us, and the actual tank is moving. So you can see here now there's a machine gunner coming at us, which is not very good. So what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try to first of all hit the bunker, and I wonder how much damage that does, because you know I'm sure different. So you see it's a -2 compared to when these regular soldiers or guys with riflemen basically had a -4. So you can see everything here is pretty precise. It has pretty good feel to it. Now we're gonna try to get through this a little bit more, and then try to end this because I'm sure you guys seen just for the decent amount of what you guys would want to see. So we're gonna actually keep with the bazooka men hitting the bunker because that's really what we need to do. And as I believe they're not gonna attack us unless we attack them. I'm guessing that's how it works. So you see now they're at 2. So I believe one more hit will actually just win us the game, which is pretty cool. But I'm gonna try to see what happens when I shoot the tank and how much I'm sure it does a lot of damage to us if it does shoot back. And you can see also now riflemen cannot shoot at tanks. So now you can see the whole thing of why tanks are important in certain aspects. Every character has its own speciality in what it does. So I think we're gonna kind of end this now and shoot the last of the bunker and just kill it. Like I said, this is a basic tutorial, so they really don't know, they really don't know better than do that much. So I believe we will probably be getting a victory. Well, I hope you guys liked the video. Like I said, I couldn't show you everything. Maybe one day, maybe we actually can do a whole closed beta tutorial on every single part of it. Like I said, just wanted to show you a first look at how the game looks. It actually looks pretty great, and a lot of people could probably play this online or are already playing this online. There's a lot of people who are really liking this game. So if you want to find out anything about this game or any other free MMO that's going to be coming to us soon, just check us out at FreeMMOStation on YouTube or at FreeMMOStation.com. I am Sehitso, and I'm checking out. See ya.